What's up? Morning, TikTok. How you doing today? First and foremost, I want to send out all the prayers to all the family members and all to the ones who are suffering during these Texas floods. May God give you grace and peace during this trial. So today's reading comes from Matthew chapter 8, verses 23 through 26, where Jesus calms the storm. But when I noticed the very first verse in verse 23 where it says, when he got into the boat, his disciples followed him. Every time you read in the Bible, Jesus is leading and he tells his disciples to follow him. From the very beginning, Jesus says, follow me. Not walk beside me, not lead the way, but follow. That simple call set the tone for the entire relationship between Master and his disciples. It's all about his lordship, his leadership, and our surrender. Everywhere they go, from Galilee to Jerusalem, through storms and into crowds, from healing the sick and confronting the Pharisees, Jesus walks ahead. And what do disciples do? They watch, they listen, they learn, they stumble, but they follow. He leads, they follow. Now that's how transformation works. When Peter tried to take the lead, remember, he says, Lord, this shall never happen to you in Matthew 16:22. Jesus rebukes him. He says, get behind me, Satan. Even that phrase, get behind me, was a reminder. You are a follower, and I am the shepherd. I lead. So what does that mean for us today? Too many of us are trying to get ahead of Jesus. And I am one. We ask him to bless our plans. Then we drag him along, and we wonder why sometimes things are so hard to work out. Because we're leading, not following, and that's backwards. Real discipleship means letting go of control. We don't invite Jesus into our story. We surrender to his. When Jesus says, follow me, he means through the hard places, the suffering, the uncertainty, the humility, the death of self, but also in the resurrection and the purpose and the power. So remember, every time you read in the Bible, Jesus never says, I'll follow you. He says, follow me. He always leads. Everywhere they went, Jesus walked in front and they followed. And that just wasn't logistics, that was the spiritual order. He's the shepherd and we're the sheep. He walks ahead and we are to follow, period. But some of us, we're out here asking Jesus to follow us. Bless my plan. Yo, bless my hustle, my relationship, my goals. Then we wonder why everything falls apart. You weren't built to lead. You were built to follow. And real men don't lead from the front. They kneel down, they surrender, and they say, Lord, show me the way, player. Again, remember, Peter tried to lead once. And remember what Jesus told him? Yo, get behind me, Satan. Yeah, that's how serious it is when we try to flip the roles. So today I ask you, are you walking in front of Jesus or are you walking behind him? Are you trying to lead or are you following? Because the only safe place to be is right behind the Savior. Get into word, live what it says, and stay prayed up. Because the enemy doesn't sleep. Now this isn't a game, this is war, y'all. So walk with Christ. This is real. All right, everybody. Love y'all. See y'all tomorrow. Peace out.